right, y'all. What's happening, man? Welcome back to Polymath Particles Monday installment, 11 a.m. I'm looking at Tony. I'm already laughing. I'm looking at myself on the screen. I'm laughing. I know. I would say, you know how like on like NFL Sunday, you start hearing like the injury reports. It's something you'll hear stuff like, well, Nick Bosa practiced. He's going at about 70%, like shit, like stuff like that. That's kind of where I'm at. And I wouldn't even be that generous when I'm like evaluating my own like energy levels. I would say I'm revving closer to like a 55. Shout out Timmy Lincecum, of course. But I'd say I'm like revving around 55, maybe 60 with a little more. Yeah. And let me tell you what, I don't regret a second of it. No. I would do it all again tonight if it were possible. Creative Tony, on the injury report today, where are you in terms of like on a scale of 0 to 100%? Where's Creative Tony?
I got sound for you, buddy.
Yeah.
That's where I am right now, buddy. One more time.
All right, here's some of my sound when my alarm clock went off today.
What the hell? What the hell?
Nah, there's a lot of what the hell's going on, bro. Stumbling around my house, trying to get the coffee going. And I got to tell you, we're going to have a really fun show today because we had such a great time at Metallica. And what a great weekend. Thank you, Metallica. Thank you. Thank you for giving us all that great music. And it was just a night to behold because – and obviously, I just want everybody to know, we will talk some NBA Finals. I was watching Game 7 with Brooksy when you guys had the pre-party and the party. There was so much stuff going on, and I'm going to break it all down. But Brooksy and I were watching the NBA Finals, and the Giants obviously kicked Boston's ass again. We want to get into it. Kevin Durant is a rocket. Whoa. All right. So we got some stuff to talk about. But I kind of feel like I want to do a little roll call on Metallica and all that stuff and talk about all the cool people we got to hang out with. But we also got Longbridge. We also got some, Tony, if I may, we got some business. We got some business we got to handle, and I want to make $1.01 in this business. Shouting out Bookman in Boogie Nights when he's talking to Burt Reynolds, because I want to make $1.01 in this business, and I do too. So here we go. I'm going to make $1.01 thanks to Longbridge Pizza, our great friend.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
your Andres, your Stevens, all those guys, man. It's a great group of people. They are known on the streets and on PMP as the Vibe Tribe. You can just walk through those doors, you order some food, bam, you're a member of the Vibe Tribe. That's how easy it is. And you will see why we're always singing their praises. The food is outstanding. When it comes to, we talked pizza last night. There was actually a lot of pizza conversation going on last night. And by the way, Tony, if I'm not mistaken, I heard like through the grapevine, there were Longbridge pizzas on hand, right? In the Levi parking lot. Yeah.
Yes, you were stealing my thunder, P. I was going to say, dude, NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC and John Joseph stopped by Longbridge on their way to Levi's yesterday and brought pizzas, dude. I got a nice big slice of pesto pie from Shank. Shout out David Shankland, aka NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC.
That's like, my boy. I put some time in with NorCal last night. We did a little bit of hanging out, he and I. He's a great guy, man.
The whole thing. We can get into it in a few, but like I love the fact that they went to Longbridge, and Longbridge, dude, sweep on in, grab your pies, and get to where you got to go if you're not going to stick around, because they are there for takeout and delivery. Yeah. And the fact that I rolled up there, and they had boxes of Longbridge coming out of the back of Shank's car. It was fantastic. So great stuff. And the Longbridge pizza travels well, just so you know. Put it in the box, it travels well.
You could drum up a serious argument that some of that Longbridge food actually tastes better on day 2. I'm just throwing it out there for consideration. Like you buy the pizza, you bring it home, what you haven't finished if you're eating in-house there. And then, like, I don't know, it's like wine aging or something. But 24 hours later, when you heat that bad boy up, it's almost like the flavor has become even more solid somehow. I don't know.
Dude, and James Lazat on the chat says he had the hot honey pizza on Saturday and was delicious. So that boy, James, way to represent, dude. I mean, honestly, you know what I'm falling madly in love with, Paulie?
Could it be I'm falling in love with you? Dude. I got no voice today. Sorry about that, T, but go ahead.
How about this? It's love bites, because the bite that I love now is just the crust, the sourdough freaking crust, dude. The sourdough crust. I taste it more and more. And now I'm bragging to people about it. I'm like, you know what's really special about Longbridge is the sourdough freaking crust.
Yeah.
And I dunk it in olive oil, man. I save the crust and I dunk it in olive oil, and it's just a slam dunk. So there's so many ways to devour Longbridge pizza, but also I gotta shout out the Caesar salad that my son and daughter love. So the salads, the beers that are on tap that are all local. They also have the new Vibin' Out burger. which is like, their take on a double-double, and it's freaking outstanding. I had my first bite of beef in years because I wanted to taste
I
it.
saw it happen. I was pretty surprised, but I was like, yeah, man, you want to hit this? Go ahead, hit it.
Well, the thing is
it's hard not to hit it when it's sitting there. And I'll tell you what, I wish I had a Vibe and Out burger post Metallica show last night. I would have inhaled it right. You ever get like that post show like starvation? Do you ever get that? Like I can get really hungry after a show.
And by the way, I don't want to turn this show into like a hate Levi's rant, which we could easily do. But Longbridge, Neil wanted to have Longbridge on site.
I know
at Levi's, but guess what? Levi's doesn't allow for concerts tailgating.
I know, and we're going to talk about that actually in great detail in a minute, because that was part of if there were any problems last night, it was just logistics. Before the show, trying to make everything happen. And to Tony's point, it's not very customer friendly, I would say, as far as like trying to get from one place to another. So, but anyway, the final thoughts on Longbridge. Yes, Tony, thank you for all of that. And the Vibe and Out burger is tremendous. Yes. You guys haven't tried that yet. It's basically their version of an In-N-Out double-double, but dare I say it's better. I'm serious about that, man. Try it for yourself, and then we can talk. So get down to Longbridge Pizza. We love these guys. They've been so good to us. 2347 3rd Street, Dog Patch, San Francisco. Like Tony said, they deliver. You can go in and hang out. Special room in the back to accommodate groups. That's our go-to home base. Okay.
Hey, Holly, last thought is that they got the Marlins coming to town tomorrow. Longbridge is closed today, and the Giants are off today, but tomorrow you got Giants, Marlins, 6:45. Wednesday, Giants, Marlins, 6:45. Thursday, Giants, Marlins, 12:45. Verlander, Webb, Birdsong in the 3-game series. Get to Longbridge before or after if you're going out to the yard.
Okay, now I want to start with, I just saw Noemi go scrolling by. Hey, Scarlet Fire, how are you? I saw you on the VIP broadcast yesterday. I saw you, Scarlet Fire. Hope you had a good weekend. Give me Noemi real quick, T. She posted a message as a VIP, and I missed it. I saw her name go flying by. There it is. Noemi says, gotta say, I'm extremely grateful for an actual ticket stub. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you. No, you're so welcome, Noemi. And it was great to see you, and it was great to see Ray, and it was great to meet Aaron Kask. I'm an Aaron Kask head. Let me just say that right now. The black Levi's jacket. I was like, you know what, dude? I have the exact same jacket, and I almost freaking wore it. And I wish I did, because we could have posed like brothers. But all you guys, NorCal HVAC, dude, rules. Aaron Kask rules. Now, because Vicky, my friend who works for the band, was so generous. Let me take a step back. So first of all, Noemi, you're welcome. I'm glad to have ticket stubs too. But that was all a result of my friend Vicky, who made this entire weekend possible for me, for you, for all of us. So let me just tell you what's going on. And there she is. Okay. So that's me, Brooksy, and Creative Tony. And that is Vicky right there. Now that picture was taken at our Longbridge Pizza opening day party. So a lot of you might have met her that day and didn't realize, but that's my friend who works for the band. And she was so unbelievably generous this weekend. And that's kind of why my only regrets, if I have any, a shout out the late Freddie Mercury, and bad mistakes, I've made a few. That wasn't a mistake, Tony, but my only regret is that I didn't get to meet Escobar, and I didn't get to hang with John Joseph. Those are like the only two PMP VIPs I missed. But the reason for that was that when you guys were setting up your party out in the blue lot, we had a parking pass for the yellow lot, which is that indoor garage. And let me just start right there. Like, there was no way to invite you guys over to me, because first of all, we're in a garage with there was no way to hang out in there. And number two, you couldn't even set foot in that place without the proper admittance. Like, you needed a pass to get in there. So I couldn't have invited you guys. And then when we left, we were walking in, Vicky was asking to see me, and she was like, I want to see you before the show starts. I'm going to be in this room. And I had a pass to go in this like friends and family room. So I went over there with Brooksy, Rod Brooks, because I wanted to pay my respects to Vicky, again, to give her thanks on all of our behalves. And at that time, Creative Tony and Dom Peralta. What is up, Dom? Good to see you last night, man. Dom Peralta and T went out and hung out with the PMP VIPs in the blue lot, as they called it. But I couldn't have done both, and I had to go see Vicky. So that's why I missed you guys. But John Joseph, dude, we'll have our time. And I saw a couple of pictures of you rocking out last night, bro. Hope you had a great time. I want to know, by the way, John Joseph, give me your highlights. Put them on the comments line. I want to know what songs really moved you the most. And I did get to spend some time with Vicky, which was awesome. So I thanked her on all of our behalves. Also, other noteworthy people in the house last night. Patrick Marlowe was there. Dan Boyle and Contos, your buddy from the Giants. Chris Contos was there.
Dom and I actually were two urinals away from Patrick Marlowe in the bathroom. And it was like, whoa, there's Patrick Marlowe. That's like one of the greatest hockey players of all time. This is really
He's going to the Hall of Fame. There's no question of that. Well, apparently Vicky told me that Marlowe is actually boys with Hetfield, like they're friends, not just casually, like they're actually boys. They hang out and stuff. Yeah.
Nice. Dude, by the way, we're going to go down memory lane and we're going to revisit some of the pictures from last night and get into it in a little bit. But P, you mentioned the parking. Well, actually, we can get into the photos, but I'm not happy with Levi's Stadium for a multitude of reasons. So we can get into it later. Yeah. But first of all, Paulie, I want to talk before we get back into Metallica. Well, do you want to go Metallica? Can you stay on Metallica, or you want to go a little Gigantes for a second?
Why don't we go Giants and then we'll circle back to Metallica? Because once we start on Metallica, it's gonna like swallow the whole show because there's so much going on. And by the way, Noemi, you made a comment before the show started. I just want to acknowledge this real quick. Oh, dude, Escobar, there you are. Give me some Escobar.
Yeah, dude, Escobar. Hey, Paulie, let me take this over real quick. Escobar shows up, and you'll see a picture later.
Yeah,
Escobar and the great Janelle, they show up with a freaking bottle of the Gold Bar whiskey, Joe Montana's whiskey, and he's like, you know what? We're cracking this bad boy, and we are going to go round the horn. Everybody's taking a shot of this, and it was so smooth. And
really?
Oh my God. It was much smoother than I expected, man. So Escobar, thank you for sharing. So good to hang. And by the way, Escobar revealed to me yesterday he's a Fish fan. So we have that in common as well.
Well, Escobar, again, dude, my only regret yesterday is I didn't get to meet you. I think you were the only guy, because I have met John Joseph before, even though I would have loved to have hung with him yesterday. But that was the thing, Escobar. I had to go see Vicky, and it was all happening at the same time. And I couldn't have done both. Like, you guys were so far away from where we were that if I went there, I would have missed my friend, and I couldn't do that. I had to go check in with her. So anyway, Escobar, but you hit the nail on the head, dude. We will hang out. Like, there's going to be more events like this because it's fun, man. And like, I think to be serious for just 5 seconds here, Tony, I would say if I'm proud of anything that we have done in our first 6 months, it's the fact that like I've gotten to meet a whole new crew of people who I really care about now. Like you guys, that's the thing. It really has become like a family. And the fact that you guys were all down there and we were all hanging out was very meaningful to me, Tony. Like that's as meaningful to me as anything we've done like on the air is the fact that we've kind of cultivated this cool scene with cool people. Yes. And we will definitely have more events coming up, dude. Let me think about where and when, but we're definitely going to do it. And Escobar, you're right. We will be hanging out, dude. We will.
And when we were forced to divide and conquer yesterday because of just situations, so when Dom and I walked up onto that scene in the tailgate, it was the greatest feeling ever of seeing this big group of people hanging out and partying and getting ready for
the PMP shirts too, Tony. Like a lot of,
It's so great. It was just a phenomenal feeling. I want to put this up there too. This is Aaron Kask right now. Aaron, thank you for the super. Dude, great to hang yesterday in the lot. Paulie and Tony, thanks so much for making it all happen for us. Also, Paulie, you and I posing like brothers would look like DeVito and Arnold and twins.
I'm telling you right now. Oh, and you know who else? And by the way, no, I instantly became a very big Aaron Kask fan. I always had a good vibe, because especially with the Sabbath picture right here. But then when I got to meet him and hang with him last night, I'm like, dude, this is my guy. This is my guy, AC, Aaron Kask.
I gotta give respect too to Aaron Kask and to others that in the PMP army, the PMP VIP, it said Aaron Kask said, I want Whiplash. Well, guess what they opened the show with?
Oh my
Whiplash.
God.
Fareed, aka Robot Centaur, says, I'd love to see Sanitarium. Boom, Sanitarium. It's like, oh, okay, here we go. Noemi says, I'd like to see For Whom the Bell Tolls. Boom, For Whom the Bell Tolls, second song. So it was just like outrageous, man. They were on point.
I'm just making notes here so I don't screw these names up. So Robot Centaur was Fareed, and we definitely got to hang with Fareed. Was Megan Fareed's lady?
Yes.
So I got to meet Megan too. Megan, nice to meet.
No, she called herself Mrs. Centaur. She said, "No, I'm Mrs. Centaur."
No, man. Yeah, and we just Lily, we missed you last night. We did. We missed you. No FOMO here, not. Hey, there'll be more. Lily, I'm telling you, there's going to be more times we're going to get together. We'll figure something out. We might just do maybe we can just do an LB Longbridge Pizza hangout like on a Friday. We can do a happy hour, but something. We'll figure something out because Definitely. I enjoy it. I enjoy the get-togethers, Tony. I really am. I'm very proud of what we've been able to build here, and I want to hang out more. I do, and we will.
100%. Couldn't agree more, Paulie. And like I said, the vibe was thick when we rolled up to the parking lot yesterday. And again, the people that were there that won the tickets, they won the tickets because they were a PMP VIP. And it says on the bottom of the screen here right now, if you want to become a PMP VIP, just click on the bottom corner next to the subscribe bell, and you'll get dialed in. So thank you for those of you who are VIPs. We seriously can't do the show without you guys. And for our sponsors as well, and for everybody tuning in. The gratitude, Paulie, I went to bed last night feeling with just full of gratitude. Not just for Metallica and what they did musically and for us. And dude, Hetfield, man, I like when Hetfield speaks, by the way, in between songs, because when he speaks, he usually says something worthwhile. He's not going to waste your time. But I also wanted to think that just a ton of gratitude for the people that take the time out of their day to tune into this show. And then spread. It's just a good vibe that they spread. So just want to say,
and Noemi was saying on the comment line before, and I got to see Noemi and Ray again last night. You guys, we're becoming I'm seeing you guys more than I see my own family at this point. We're hanging out all the time. But I got to tell you that she mentioned how thick and how strong the particles were last night. 110%. Check this out. Check this out. So last night was different from Friday because my tickets. Were literally on the other side of the stadium as compared to where I was on Friday. In Friday, I think I was in 137 or something like that.
And I was 137. I think you were 139. We were 2 sections away from each other. Yeah.
I mean, I could see Tony. From where I was sitting Friday. And then last night, I was on the other side of this, what they call, Tony, the sunny side of Levi's, where all the people complain about the sun. And it was weird. I don't usually go over there. All the events, I'm usually on the other side. But last night, we were on that side, the sunny side. And I was in section 115. We had seats in 115. So before Metallica played, and I forget, I think I was going to sit with Dom Peralta. Dom was going to sit with me, and you and Brooksy were going to sit across in your seats. And we're like, well, let's just come down and watch the beginning of the show together. Wouldn't you know it? Speaking about these particles, we wound up getting 4 seats together and we never got hassled. It was it was meant to be. It was that kind of stuff coming together all night long. Vibes were so good last night. And I got to tell you, Tony, just so the VIPs know that we're there but missed Friday's show, I thought last night was the better show. I thought the vibe.
I did too.
It was a whole different feeling last night in that stadium that I felt on Friday. And Friday was a really good show. There was nothing wrong with Friday. But last night I felt was at a whole other level. The band was really firing last night. And the vibe was I felt a lot of joy in the building. I really did, man.
Utah, give me 2.
I got 2 things for you, Paulie. First of all, dude, Beat LA says seats. Who does seats? Floor or nothing? Dude, the floor was tight, man. Unless you wanted to be in the back. In the back, it kind of spread out a little bit. You had some space. But if you want to get close to the stage, man, that was tight. Second of all, I got to say, long live the paper ticket stub. That does not happen for the 4 of us in section 115 without a paper ticket stub.
Because
you know what?
That's right.
We were stubbing each other. We were stubbing each other down.
We've been known to stub each other. We've been stubbing each other for years.
Years. But the 4 of us hanging out for that does not happen without the paper ticket stub. So long live the paper ticket stub. I forget how far it went in the bummer bracket, but long live the paper ticket stub. And then a third item, which I didn't say Utah, give me 3. But the third item is
give me 3. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, we can talk about it. But I do agree, Paulie, that nothing against Friday. Friday was a damn good show. Just the energy seemed to be higher.
Yes.
And the playing seemed to be more energized. It was almost maybe they got their sea legs as you for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Friday night they were feeling their way. And again, it was a damn good show. The little Trujillo Hammett song that they created on Friday I loved, which is called Primo.
Yeah.
But the energy and the vibe, and I thought the lights were better on last night.
Yeah.
It was just, but dude, I will say Levi's stinks in many ways, but for a show, it's fine for a show for inside. Like when you're inside watching the show, the sound was incredible.
Yeah, sound was great last night. That was improved too. I thought the sound was a little muddy on Friday. It was crystal clear last night.
Correct. But I got problems with Levi's Stadium. That's all. I just got problems. I love when we ask a worker who, a very, very nice person, like they were a vendor there, or not a vendor, but they were like a ticket vendor, I guess. We asked them about walking to meet the PMP VIP, and they're like, oh, that's a hell of a long walk.
Like, you guys better pack a backpack, bring a first aid kit. I'm like, well, where is this place? They're like, well, it's way down there. I'm like, okay, how far are we talking about? They're like, yeah, I don't know. It's almost a mile. I'm like, a mile? I don't have time to do a mile round trip either way, because I had to go see Vicky. But no, I know it was, it's unfortunate, because if it was Candlestick, we would have just been like, let me know where you are and we'll see you there. Like, as simple as that. But you literally could not access the lot we were at, for example, without the proper credential. Like, they wouldn't even let you in there. So
dude, you know what Dom and I were on the lookout for? We were looking for Lime scooters, man. We were looking for cruising on Lime scooters. We literally were, and there weren't any in sight. I'm like, just Paul, let's just find a Lime scooter, Dom. We can cruise down. Boom, nothing. So
I gotta say too, hey, look at NorCal. Oh, dude, it was so great to hang with you, brother. So freaking great to hang with. And my man is from Santa Cruz on top of everything else. Dude, he's an SC boy. So I love that. Thanks, Paulie and Tony. That was my first time seeing Metallica live. Thanks, PMP family. Hey, man, horns up to you too, brother. Horns were flying last night.
Yes, they were.
Hey, you're very welcome. I'm glad you got to see the show, and I really am. I'm glad all of you guys got to get in. And again, it's thanks to the great people at the Metallica office, man. They got to
take you back up there.
Yeah. No, it really does remind me. It's totally different musically. It's a whole different language. But I would say, Tony, their organization reminds me of the Grateful Dead organization.
Totally. Yes.
In this sense that the band they're like directly involved with everybody that works for the band, and they very much are like a family, like the Dead family. In fact, they refer to themselves as the Metallica family. That's what they call
it. That's what I mean when I was like, when Hetfield talks, he welcomes all the young fans, and he asks like, how many people is their first show, and he says, welcome to the Metallica family. And then he even joked on Friday, is like, once you're in, there's no getting out,
Yeah, no, like the mafia. And he also said, like, I don't know if you know this or not, but you have a lot of friends now. And I was like, that's cool, because, a lonely person could walk into that show and leave not feeling lonely at all. And they're like, if you have not been to a Metallica show, you would be surprised how like close knit the audience is at this point. It's been going on for decades, man, literally decades.
Oh, look at Fareed coming in. Robot Centaur, member for a month. So much love for everyone I met yesterday. A true good group of people. Can't wait to see y'all again. I still got to share my Metallica story with y'all, dude. Anytime, Fareed. It was so great to hang with Fareed and Megan, his lovely Megan. They were great, man. Like you said, Paulie, the vibes were thick, and I don't know. I kept saying to Dom, I was like, you know what? I think just the universe is just going to take care of things today.
It did. And it basically really did unfold like that. Like it all worked out, man. And I saw a couple, like at one point in the middle of the show last night, Dom Peralta, who was sitting next to me, our art director and friend, he was like showing me, hey, look, the guys upstairs are sending pictures. So I saw I saw like John Joseph. I saw, I think I got a picture of Escobar rocking out in the middle of the show. Tony, real quick, dude, what were the highlights for you, like song selection wise? Like what hit you, and what were your favorite points?
Dude, well, there were a lot of highlights for me, but things that I said to Rod a couple times, I'm like, man, this was not on my radar.
Yeah.
Like, I did not think that I'd be seeing this live tonight. One of them was Lux Eterna.
That was
which is a newer tune, and it was that was the song where I'm like, their music is so tight,
yes,
and so precise. And then Rod and I were talking about how it's so impressive for that band. And by the way, if you're just joining the show, we're going to get to Giants, we're going to get to NBA Game 7, but we got Metallica. We're riding the afterglow of Metallica.
We're riding the lightning, if you will, Tony. Yeah, if I may, yeah.
Well, but Lux Eterna, it's such an example of like how tight they can play. But dude, how difficult it is, and just to show their mastery. is when they're spread that far apart on that massive stage.
Yeah.
And they don't miss a beat.
No.
I know for a fact, like all the Fish shows I've seen, Trey Anastasio needs to have his musicians close by, the rest of the band close by, because he needs to like telepathically communicate with them about changes are coming up. And granted, it's a different style of music, but still, like, to play on a stage that large and that spread out, and to be like, to not miss a beat is just so impressive, man. And so I was really blown away by that, Lux Eterna. And then Wherever I May Roam just knocked me on my ass. I did not see that coming.
No.
And it's a song that I just forgot about and haven't listened to in a long time. And then it just knocked me on my ass. It just literally, I just loved every second of it. And so, and I've always loved the message and vibe of that song, where it's like like you said last night, but it's like a nomad. It's like a nomadic song. So anyway, I love it. Anthony Merkovich, Battery, they played Friday night, bud. They played Battery, they played Friday night, which was freaking great too, man. So what about you, P? Like, for you, the highlights?
I like yourself, dude. I made a point not to look at the set list. I did not want to know what was being played or what might be played. I wanted to go in there blind and just kind of take whatever they were giving me. So everything, I was surprised literally by every song. I didn't know what I was going to hear. But for me, I think the ones that really kind of knocked me over, like, whoa, I didn't see this coming, was first of all, Sanitarium off Master of Puppets. That really caught me off guard, and I loved it. I felt like that when they went into Sanitarium, I felt like the gig went up to another level. And I also felt the same way about Blackened, dude. Blackened. Are you kidding me, bro? I didn't see that coming. I was like, damn, Blackened. Okay. And you know what else, dude? Like, I just would never have even considered this. Is that they played Whiskey in the Jar? That was another one. I was like, wow, this okay. Well, let's go Whiskey in the Jar. And it sounded great, dude. And like Tony said, the band was incredibly tight. They're a machine. They're a freaking musical machine that will just crush you like a tank, dude. It is. It's like you're getting your ass kicked by the music at the end of the night, where you're like two boxers walking out of there. You're bleeding, you're sweating. It's like, wow, that was. And by the way, shout out to all you, all the kids down in front of us in the pit last night. We had a couple of pits. We had a really crazy pit Friday down in front of us. But last night, a little bit more tame in front of where we were sitting. But what really warmed my heart, Ray Goodman, Whiskey in the Jar was sick. It really was. They based that version on the old Thin Lizzy version. It's like that arrangement, but it's such a great song. The pit in front of us last night, I don't know if you caught this, T. There was a couple of young ladies in there. Did you catch that? Like, there was a handful of girls were in there, and they were like throwing hands. I'm like, I love this. I freaking.
And you know what, dude? Paulie, someone got carried out on a stretcher. Did you see that?
I did. I don't mean to laugh, but no, that's what happens, bro. You want to get in there, you go at your own peril. All bets are off. But it's funny because it's never malicious. Like, I watched the etiquette of the pit. Like, after when songs would end, like, guys are hugging each other and stuff. Like, we made it through that song. All right, what's next? We're gonna do it again. So yeah, man, just a tremendous night. And I want to do the photo album on the back end of the show, T. Yes. Also, as you just said a moment ago, let's talk a little bit of San Francisco Giant baseball. It's starting.
Oh, real quick, Paulie. Nutter is asking, was the set list different each night? And Nutter, yes, there were no repeats. So everything played on Friday. There was nothing repeated on Sunday. There was a completely different set list, and it was great. And by the way, Paulie, before we get into Giants, that intro of a concert with AC/DC going into Ecstasy of Gold, I can't love that enough. I mean,
it's a long way to the top. Yeah, no, it's like the greatest. It's the greatest stage setter before, and the whole stadium just starts going crazy.
It's like incredible.
The
whole build up. It's just an incredible build up. Just Metallica knows what the hell they're doing, man.
Yeah.
I just
driving on the highway, but going to a show, and I'm talking like they turn the volume up, and all of a sudden, like the whole stadium and you can't help but start rocking out. And I love that they're tipping their cap to Bon Scott. Love the song works. So Bon Scott would be so happy to know that his vocals and that music is introing Metallica. And they've been doing that for a long time, Tony. That's been their stage entrance song for decades.
Dude, and also about tip of the cap is when they played Call of Cthulhu.
Oh my God.
Which was like, by the way, Call of Cthulhu is like, I don't know. I have to. Well, whatever.
That's not a piece of classical music, really. It really is. I mean, the instrumentation is guitars and everything, but it's essentially classical. Like,
and they tip their cap to Cliff because and that was James Hetfield. Like, again, Hetfield's not going to talk on the mic unless it's something very worth listening to when he speaks after a song or between songs. He
speaks from the heart. He doesn't say like like, hey, I heard Santa Clara likes to party. Like, you don't hear any of that corny shit. Like, he really speaks directly from the heart, and he means what he says. And I feel, his stuff is really heartfelt on the mic. Yep.
Well, real quick, can we just riff on this for a second before we get to Giants? Is the amount of Santa Clara mentions. Well, and you know what? To our credit, it was Paulie, myself, Rod Brooks, and Dom. We all decided let's all just get in one car and make it easier to get down there. So we're in the car. That was a great move,
by the way. That really worked out well. It would have been a nightmare if we were in different cars.
Nightmare.
We probably wouldn't have found each other. I probably never would have seen you,
Get the seats. Oh, yeah. We may not have even made it to the seats.
I'd be like, hey, Tony, how was the gig last night? Yeah, but instead, we were all compacted in one place, and we all got to hang all night. It was killer.
But Paulie and I were talking and telling Rod and Dom about how, like, Hetfield mentioned Santa Clara maybe, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 times on Friday night.
Oh, dude, bro. Yeah.
Last night, it feels like there was like a mandate by the city of Santa Clara to mention Santa Clara as like you set the over under originally at 8. Yeah, and then he surpassed that, and then you reset it at 15, and he surpassed that.
He did,
and then they showed the Santa Clara
the seal, the city. Yeah, and like different variations. The seal was spinning, getting ripped in half, or like what and like the crazy thing was like he never uttered the words San Francisco. He never uttered the words Bay Area. It was Santa Clara. How you doing? You're right. It was like they had a gun to his head, bro. You better mention Santa Clara a dozen times tonight, or I'm going to use this gun right here.
Right.
Okay, I will. You got it.
Yeah, if you don't mention Santa Clara at least 10 times, you're never coming back.
Right.
Yeah. So I was surprised that it wasn't instead of sanitarium, it wasn't Santa Clarium.
Nice, dude. Nice. Like, leave me be. Santa Clarium. Just leave me alone. Yeah. Santa Clarium, dude. Very good. Very good.
So yes, Anthony Merkovich, they played one last night, and it was outstanding. Outstanding. And I that's the song I wanted to hear the most over the whole weekend. That was my number one song I wanted to hear the most was one. And
when they start jamming in that tune, that whole thing, it's like, dude, it's pulverizing. It's like, oh my god, it's like a machine gun going off. Like it really is.
Right. Well, that song is the song that taught me about the double kick drum. I didn't know that existed in music until I heard that song, and I'm like, wait, how is he doing that so fast? And then I did some research. I'm like, oh, he's got 2 kick drums. And he's going back and forth. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's just another. Lars is amazing.
He is. No, he takes a little body. I know everyone's always breaking his ball. Me too. I've been known to do my Lars thing too. Yeah, But like I got to tell you, the guy deserves a lot of respect for the way he plays drums. And dude, this he's not a kid anymore. You know what I mean? He's like a senior citizen, and he's playing the heaviest music ever written. It's very impressive.
You know what's cool too is Rod Brooks is a drummer, and he loves to play drums. And so there were a few songs I noticed where he was just staring in a trance at Lars.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
And then at one point I just go, any thoughts? And he goes, no. He goes, no, I got nothing. He's like, I'm sitting here and I'm just baffled.
See, but that's the effect Metallica has on people. Like it's like it's overwhelming. It's like Jesus. Like there are times you got to take a step back and like catch your breath and stuff. I know exactly how Brooksy felt because I've had those moments too where you're just standing there watching that. And I don't usually react that way to most bands where like I'm in awe almost. But Metallica, when they hit that groove and they start doing their thing, it's like, damn.
Yes, you're a total awe.
Yeah.
Hey, Paulie, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
Can you maybe give me a little bit of Lars? Pretend you're Lars in the meeting with the Santa Clara City Council. about the mandate of Santa Clara mentions.
Yeah, just make we're gonna take like a quick break, like dude, maybe grab some coffee, I don't know, like a salad, and like you guys can like show like like the seal of Santa Clara, and like just like different variations, like blowing it up into like molecules and then patching it back together. Maybe like a knife cuts it in half. I don't know, just make it happen. No, I don't know. I'm here I got breaking his balls. I shouldn't be doing that. He could easily find out about me doing this. I don't want to get in trouble.
Hey, that was inspired by Stevie B, because Stevie B said, "But it's so much fun to poke fun at Lars." And Lars,
you have to. No, you got to. And he knows, bro. He knows.
Exactly.
I got to be totally honest with you. So years ago, it was 10 years ago, 2015. Once again, this is a Vicky production. But when Metallica played at Oracle Park the night before the Super Bowl, that week leading up to the show, Vicky was like, "Hey, I'm going to bring Lars and James into the studio. And one of them is going to go to 107.7 The Bone, and the other one is going to come into your studio." And I was like, "Oh, awesome. And she was like, "Do you have any preference?" And I was like, "Well, maybe James," because I was breaking Lars's balls so much. I was almost afraid. I'm like, dude, if he walks in the room, he's gonna be like, "Oh, so you're the guy, huh? Oh, you're not so tough now." Like he would. I was like mildly dreading it. You know what I mean? So, but you know what happened though? See, this is my master of puppets right here. Let's see if I can show you this. Hetfield came in and he actually signed it. Can you see that right there? Like,
oh yeah, that's rad. That's awesome. Yeah,
he signed that for me, and that was he wrote James Hetfield 2015. On there. But anyway, I was actually uptight that day. I was like, I don't want to face him, dude. I don't want to face Lars. He's going to rip me to shreds. Dude, I heard about what you said. You know what I mean? Like, you're banned, bro. You're banned from like all now I'm like morphing into something else now. I got to get off the Lars thing. Anyway, Lars, you were great, brother. You were great. You killed it. Both gigs. It
was incredible. And by the way, we talked about the universe and the particles and the vibe and everything. But you know what set a really good vibe for the day for me, Paulie, yesterday? And I'm just trying to make an awkward transition. Is the Giants come from behind win yesterday that happened in the afternoon when everybody was kind of in transit or like getting ready to get down to Levi's. Yeah. And I know that Aaron Kask was in the hotel room because he and I were texting about because I just texted Adamas when Adamas went deep. Yeah. And he's like, "Yes, dude, I'm watching in the hotel room." They were down 5-4. And then they had a 2-out rally where they scored, I think, 4. And I was like, dude, yes, this is such a great win for the come from behind win. Devers went deep on Saturday. Dude, shout out to Casey Schmidt, 4 for 4 yesterday.
Yastrzemski went deep this weekend. There was a lot of pop this week, and it finally started to feel like, okay, this is what hopefully this is what the Giants are going to start to look like with Devers in the lineup. Like it took a few games, but I feel like this weekend, to your point, with all these bombs leaving the yard, it was like, okay, this is starting to get some legs under it. This could really be something. And just a good weekend. I mean, Giants win another series off today. Miami comes in tomorrow. Verlander will pitch tomorrow night, but the Giants take a break today. They got the day off.
But, dude, Schmidt going deep yesterday, and Adames going 2 for 4, and Elliot freaking Ramos, man. Dude, the guy, he's clutch, man. He's batting about, what, I think 285. And again, I've been joking around saying that if Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, you might want to have him put on some pads, because I could see that guy being a running back for the 49ers in a heartbeat because of his body build. But I love his whole vibe. He plays the game loose. Seems like he's having a blast.
You're talking about Ramos right now?
Yes. Yeah. And I also love that he's bringing great vibes back to the number 17, because that number 17 had a bad taste in my mouth after a certain somebody wore that number before. So I'm glad to see that Ramos is bringing good mojo back to that number. And also Adames, dude, I went back and looked at it. Since Devers came to the Giants, Adames is 6 for 20 with 2 walks. I'll take that all day. I think he's like 208 now. I think his average is. Just keep it steadily climbing. Just keep like how we're building this show brick by brick. Build your average back up brick by brick out of Adames, because I think second half, and I read like 3 different sources saying, I didn't get the numbers though, that Adames is a second half player. After the All-Star break, he really turns it on. So that's the hope. And dude, I don't know if you saw Devers' home run on Saturday, but it was the exact example of his opposite field pop.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that ball, I was like, that ball's going to get out of here. that ball's getting out of here.
How much of that do you attribute to, and sir, I'm just asking because you hear Dwayne and Mike mention this all the time. Like, how much of that opposite field bomb do you attribute just to the conditions, like hot and dry? They say when it's hot and dry down there, the ball is going to fly out a lot more, than like say a Tuesday night when the air's heavy.
I think it might have attributed to it being an actual home run, but the actual contact was like a soaring line drive. Like that ball was crushed because it cleared the fence by a couple, like maybe the first or second row, but it was crushed. And that guy's got so much pop all over the field. And his at bats, man. I'm like, I stopped doing whatever I'm doing around the house. And watch his at bats.
And you know what, dude? How great is it to have that excitement again about something like offensively for the Giants? Because it's been so long since they had a legitimate threat in their life, like a legitimate threat. Not a guy like Yaz. Yeah, he could leave the yard. Flores, he can leave the yard. But now they have, like in my eyes, this is like a legitimate power threat. And you're right. This is something you're going to want to watch. By the way,
I also love how pissed off Big Poppy is about losing Devers. That tells me
he's like out of his mind. He keeps posting stuff like, here's another thing. And he's like yelling in Spanish and stuff. I'm like, damn, he's really pissed. But
that tells me that's Buster Posey working his magic. You know what I mean? Like that tells me how good of a player and how big of a loss it is for Boston. It's like, well, Buster must just, maybe when he's at home with just his wife and kids sipping on a glass. What do you think, Buster? I see Buster drinking like a Pinot. I don't see him being a beer guy.
I also can see him like drinking, like you said about Escobar's whiskey, like a really high-end smooth whiskey, maybe like on the rocks late at night.
Like one ice cube, one huge ice cube.
The big cube. Yeah. Where do you get those, by the way? Where do you get a big cube? I want one of those.
Go to like a liquor store or go to that store, Total Wine. They have the molds. You can buy the mold.
Ice tray? Like an ice tray for that?
Like one ice cube mold.
Yeah.
But I will say, when you have a drink with that, it makes all the difference in the world because of the slow melt of the ice.
That's what I'm saying.
It's actually really a thing. Yeah. And if you had Escobar's Gold Bar whiskey that he brought to the show yesterday, it would have been nice to have a nice glass tumbler and like a cube or baseball size ice cube.
I got to be honest with you. If Escobar and I were in the same room right now and he poured me one, I would definitely take a shot right now, 100%, because I think it would actually make me feel better. You know what I mean? Like I think it would actually straighten me out a little bit.
And also, you want to talk about Escobar? The hug of an Escobar.
Shit.
And the paw dude.
See, I got hug envy, dude. I got hug envy. I wasn't there. I'm very envious. I need a hug from Escobar. I do. I'm gonna cash that check when I see you, bro. I'm coming in for a big hug. Give me a little more on Escobar. Give me a few more highlights because I was hearing like how he was just the life of the party out there. Like I heard that from a couple of people.
Dude, he was great. He goes, the first thing he says to me is, how's the size? Bigger or smaller than you expected? And I go, dude.
Like his physicality size? Like his dimensions? Okay.
And I go, to be honest with you, Escobar, it's right on time, man.
Well, give it to me. What are we talking? I asked Dom last night because Dom was like, dude, Escobar's a big dude. Like he's like a lineman. And when he played high school football, I go, good. Okay. So I go, so what are we talking? Like 250? And he goes, maybe more. He goes, maybe more. And then give me a height.
The guns on this guy and the legs and the glutes. And the glutes too.
You can't have one without the other. Yeah.
You got to shout out the glutes. I really want to say real quick too, because we're going to get into it. I have pictures to share that we'll get into, and there's a good shot of Escobar holding the Gold Bar whiskey. Patty, what's up, Patty? Talk about you. We miss you, Patty.
Oh, I was calling you out on the VIP broadcast. I didn't. It's all good, by the way. Don't feel bad at all. But I was like looking for you on the roll call because we can see some of the names. I didn't see you. But anyway, Patty, I was shouting you out yesterday, and we missed you too. But we'll see you soon. We're going to figure some stuff out. We're going to start doing more social events where we can all hang out because it's just too fun. It's too much fun, dude. And
also, I was telling Dom too that I want to do like a Zoom call with as many of the VIPs that can get on a Zoom, and we can all see each other. And as we're planning the next hang, we can do like a Zoom where like we can't do it on our platform, which is called StreamYard, because they only allow us to have, I think, 10 total.
Right.
But if we want to get a larger crowd, we can try and do something on Zoom or Google. What is it? whatever their Google Hangout, Google Meet, whatever. I don't know what it's called.
I don't either.
Whatever. I'm so tired of. I'm so tired of.
I'll see you at Google Meet, Tony. You know what I mean? Well, how about just call me instead? Just call me up. We can talk.
It's like when we were kids and we had one supermarket to shop at. It was great. It was easy. Now it's like there's so many different options and just whatever. Okay.
And then you got to hear from like tech heads. You're like, oh my god, you don't have Google Meet? Oh my god, dude, what's wrong with you? It's like, I don't even know what it is. How's that sound? I don't even know what Google Meet is, and I'm not sure I want to know. I'm not sure.
I remember I got a third option once, and I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no. How many options do we need? How many options?
And they're like, I can't get into the meeting because you don't have a login and a password. Well, no crap, I can't get into the meeting. I don't usually have this app.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no, technology's great, but not with me. Like technology hates my guts. I still can't get into the show email half the time. I can't get in. It will not. By the way, the show, like my name is on the show, and you guys send all this cool stuff. Guess what? Tony has to forward that crap to me because he won't let me in. Shout out Google technology. You guys are the best. Yeah, you guys are the freaking best. Polymax Particles. Send me an email. Only thing is I can't read them firsthand. I got to get it forwarded to me. That's a whole other story. Yeah,
it's the best. Yeah, they think you're some perpetrator. They think you're some hacker or stalker.
They won't let me in. I'm not BSing you guys. So that's why if you haven't heard back from me directly, I'm not psyched about it either. I would love to answer your letters and all that, but it won't let me in. All right. Anyway, Tony, I wanted to say this too. I'm glad you mentioned the Giants. You know what I wanted to talk about just for a second? NBA Finals, Game 7.
Okay, before we get to the finals, can I just mention one last thing about the Giants? Yeah, and then I'll hand it off to you. Is I want to just tip my cap to number 10, Casey Schmidt. For the job that guy has done while Chapman has been on the IL. Dude, I heard Kruko say this yesterday, and by the way, Kruk and Kuip were great yesterday. They were making fun of the ball, dude, and
I heard that they were breaking his balls. Like, you got to take some ground balls. You got to practice. Like you saying, you got to practice before your ball dude game. He's like, he goes, everybody knows you got to take ground balls. I'm like, damn, okay, you got to train for that now. Yeah,
you might want to like work on angles too, of like playing the ricochets off the wall too.
Angles, dude, angles. Yeah.
Dude, that reminds me of I could get into a whole thing about our game on Saturday, Little League game on Saturday.
By the way, shout out to Creative Tony's. Check this out. I go to Tony's house yesterday. Me and Dom and Brooksy, we all met down there, and like we're hanging out. And Tony's kids are always hanging out. They're great. Shout out Megan too. Megan rules. And all of a sudden, like Tony goes, "You see this bat right here?" And he shows me this bat. I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "See, this bat is the bat that his kid uses. $400. Okay, $400 for a bet. You might as well go buy like a Les Paul, dude. Go bet. You know what I mean? You could buy yourself like a nice new bass for that, dude. $400. You really stunned me when you dropped that on me. I was like, is that what's going on now?
We could do, Paulie, we could do a whole show of Little League like gripes. Or baseball, youth baseball gripes. I could do.
Well, there's a lot of them. I know it's a whole scene, dude.
I'll follow up our whole Levi Stadium gripe show. But we'll do that at a later date. The last thing I was going to say is Casey Schmidt. Kruko pointed this out that he was batting, I think, 223 or 226 the day that Chapman went on the IL.
Right
now he's batting 285. I mean, dude, that is bad ass. And he's playing a damn good third base when he plays third base. He's playing a damn good first base. I know he's had a couple of E's. I get it. I know.
Well, that's going to happen, though. That's going to happen with Casey Schmidt occasionally. But I'm with you. I think he's done a great job while Chapman's been out. And he does whatever he's been asked to do. Like, you got to give it up. So
I was really excited when Kruk said, because I knew he was doing well. I didn't know it was that big of a climb from 225 to 285. So props to Casey Schmidt. And, man, I love that they have a day off. A home day off is so rare. Like getting that home in the middle of a homestand is really rare. So they must be just loving this Monday off. I'm sure they're tuning into the show right now. So what's up, Giants? And we'll check out next time. Maybe we'll get we got to get a Giants guest on the show, by the way, Paulie. And you were working on something. Yeah, you were working on something. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
And then second of all, you wanted to talk NBA Game 7. I want to talk a little KD before we get to the
we will. Okay, we will. So just a couple of basketball notes because it's going to quiet down now, except for when moves like the Durant thing go down. We'll talk about that. But so it's in the books now. OKC is your new NBA champion. SGA is the MVP. I feel bad that Halliburton blew out his Achilles. I mean, it's kind of crazy too that, he blows out his, and I commend him for trying to play. I mean, I really did. It's all you can ask, man, for your lead guy to be out there fighting, and he did. He tried. And watching him blow his Achilles out is always it's always disappointing. You feel bad for the guy. Jason Tatum, same thing. Don't forget, he
Yep.
blew his Achilles out a couple of weeks back or a month ago, whatever it was. So I feel bad in that sense. And it kind of feels like once that happened, because the first half was a dogfight, man. It was a freaking dogfight.
Mhm.
Very close game. And then the Halliburton thing happens and they run away with it. But, the thing, you were talking about Little League gripes. Here's my NBA media coverage gripe. And I really, this is starting to bother me. Like, last night when I get home, I'm watching, and by the way, shout out to what was it, 3.5 hours of sleep I got, maybe something like that. Because dude, you don't just go right to bed after a gig like that, dude. I got to decompress. It took a long time, dude. I wound up watching reruns of Animal Kingdom on freaking Netflix.
Nice.
But
That's
first,
a good show.
it is a good show. Shout out Ellen Barkin. I've always been a fan. Shout out Smurf.
Yeah, she's great.
I'm a big fan. All right. Anyway, I'm watching the highlights of the game, and I'm just trying to get a feel for what went to, because I didn't really see the second half. I saw the first half, but did not see the second. So I was watching it, and then this morning I'm watching First Take, and already, now keep in mind, this is OKC's first title. They're talking dynasty, and I'm like, why does everything have to be like measured that way? And how can they be a dynasty? They won one title, and it's not even 24 hours old. They're having like a serious discussion on whether or not this is a dynasty. Then I go to ESPN.com. Same thing. Are we witnessing the birth of a dynasty? It's like, why don't you guys let them just enjoy the title for one day before you start like piling that kind of accolade on top of a team that's really kind of green in the grand scheme of things? I'm happy they won their first title, but how can you call them a dynasty? Or Tony, why is everybody so quick? Or the same thing with like Patrick Mahomes in football. Oh, he's the greatest quarterback we've ever. No, he's not, bro. I'm telling you, he's not. I've seen a lot of football. This guy is maybe in my top 10, but I would really have to think about that. But the fact that everybody's so eager to say, this is the best thing I've ever seen, this team is a dynasty. Tony, make it stop. Why do they keep doing this? Why are they calling OKC a dynasty after one ring? Why?
I have no idea. It's a lack of content. I don't know, because there's no reason to do it. There's no such a one championship team organization is not a dynasty. And I'm happy, especially for Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams as the two WCC products that now have a ring. Yeah. And actually, they both played really good game sevens. They showed up, and so did SGA. He played his ass off, and I think he had like 12 assists and 27 points or something. So he played like, hey, tip of the hat. And I wasn't like burning for the Pacers to win. I just liked the story more.
I did too.
And I do like Reggie Miller, and I do like Carlisle. I like the head coach Carlisle. So, and again, nothing against OKC, but I don't know why they do that, Paulie. It makes me think of Michael Jackson's "Why tell him that it's human nature." Why? Right. Yeah, totally. Tell him that it's human nature, because it's like, I mean, it's human nature now to just all of a sudden say dynasty. Oh, they're a dynasty. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I mean, dude, whatever, man.
Robot Centaur just commented. He goes, yeah, they're a dynasty, just like the Milwaukee Bucks were a dynasty with Giannis. Nice. Exactly. But that's what I'm talking about. It's like this knee-jerk reaction to have to say, like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. This is a dynasty. You can't say they're a dynasty with one title. Come on, man. Come on. You know?
See, Low Steve bring in the freaking knowledge, because he's saying they're talking like that because OKC is still very young. Yeah. And they are. Yeah. They are. But do you know how it's so hard to repeat, man? So it's like, everybody chill the F out. Can everybody just chill the F out? Like, let them enjoy the championship. And by the way, did you see any of the post-game footage of the locker room? It was like they didn't even
subdued, right? It was like a little on the subdued side.
Really weird, really bizarre. I don't know. Something about the vibe. I don't know. It was really bizarre. There was no celebrating. It was really weird. So, anyways,
I tip my cap to OKC. I don't know where they're going to have the parade. It's a pretty small town, man. It's like driving down through Walnut Creek. I mean, it really is. It's a very small city, Oklahoma City. But anyway, hats off to him. What?
I got to give Stinking Badger some loves. He says, Dynasty. Shout out Joan Collins, dude. And the shit.
Shout out Kiss, dude. Shout out Kiss Dynasty with I Was Made for Loving You. That's a great Kiss album. That's my kind of Dynasty, Kiss Dynasty. By the way,
damn right.
I saw Kiss on the Dynasty tour. That was my first concert ever. Cow Palace Dynasty tour. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tony, one other basketball note real quick, because you mentioned it. Kevin Durant going to the Rockets.
Yes.
Now, in this case, I would say all of the kind of excitement and predictions we're hearing now about how far Houston can go, I think that's actually accurate, because you look at how competitive the Rockets were in the Warriors series. They pushed the Warriors to the limit, dude. 7 games, like they really tested them. And I do think Houston played the Warriors so tough that it affected the way the Warriors were able to play Minnesota. And then they lost Steph Curry. So, but I do kind of agree with that whole. You're hearing this one idea over and over again that immediately the Rockets are now a title contender. I kind of agree. Like I actually have to say, I think that's accurate. How do you think, T? Do you think that automatically puts them in that conversation?
I'm curious, man, because they lost Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. Like those are 2 very good basketball players. We don't like, or at least I don't like Dylan Brooks.
The color me bad guys, we used to call them.
Yes, exactly. And I had that ready to share, Paulie, because I wanted to say that we're not going to get this anymore. We're not going to get it. We're not going to get that anymore. That's a shame.
Oh, dude, look at these a-holes. Look at my guy on the left, bro. Cut it out.
Yeah. We're not getting color me bad anymore. It's too bad. We're not getting that anymore. It's a shame because but Şengün and Adams and KD, that's a force, right? It's just losing Brooks and Green. It's like, man, that's no small potatoes right there, what they're losing. So,
and what Lily is saying on the comments line, you know what, Lily, I kind of agree. Low Steve, totally color me bad, bro. We'll get into it. Lily said, and don't forget, that's only if Kevin Durant stays healthy, which I think at this point is a concern.
You just nailed it, Paulie. I'm not guaranteed that Durant's going to stay healthy, I'm worried about all these Achilles now, dude. Like, why is that becoming such a frequent injury?
It's a great question, and there are people that are saying, but I want to finish on Durant. I would say this: no, it's fine. It's all connected, but like he is 15 years in the league. I mean, that's a lot of basketball, man, and he's still playing at an extremely high level. Kevin Durant to me is such a threat. Like he's the guy. Like when he has the ball in his hands, I feel like he can score at will. If he wants to, he can basically score anytime he wants. And there are not many players like that, but he's one of them. And why are so many guys blowing their Achilles out? You're hearing this over and over again, and I don't know how to really respond to this, but people say they got to shorten the season. The season is too long. Okay, maybe, but like Michael Jordan used to play 82 games, and he wouldn't even miss one game. He would play all 82. Right. Maybe a couple times he played 81. He might have missed one game. Like, why did that never happen with MJ? Why did that never happen with Magic Johnson? Or
that's my question. Why is it happening now?
It's a legitimate question. I kind of feel almost like, Tony, it's become I almost think it might be a psychological thing, the way pitchers now, when your sons, for example, take your son, like he's growing up in this era where they're basically taught, like from the beginning of their baseball careers as kids, starting pitchers, if you can give me 5 innings, that's a great start. That's a quality start. So they grow up with this kind of like 100 pitches. Okay, I can't go over 100. And that becomes like a thing. It gets ingrained into your psyche where you think that once I go over 100 pitches, I'm going to lose my ability to locate. I'm going to lose my ability to be strategic. You know what I mean? They've already seen me twice. I can't go to lineup 3 times. And I kind of feel like kids in basketball are hearing the same thing. The season's too long. They got to shorten the season. But I can't explain, Tony. Maybe you can as an athlete. Like, I cannot explain why this is such a new phenomenon. Like, we did not see this all our years growing up until like this era of basketball, where training and medicine have never been more updated, and scientific, and precise.
Yeah. I don't get it, dude. I don't. And speaking of, you brought up pitching. I got to tip my cap to Anderson, the pitcher for LSU, who threw a complete game gem on Saturday to start the win over Coastal Carolina. 9-inning complete game gem. I mean, it was a thing to watch. It was great. And he threw like over 120 pitches. And I was like, you got to let him go. You just got to let him go. So I want to just get that in there, first of all. And second of all, I don't know, man. Are they not stretching enough? Even when I go on dude, by the way, Robert Trujillo, the bass player of Metallica, I bet you he stretches because he crab walks all over the stage. He's not popping Achilles. Like, I don't know. Do they not train the lower half?
I don't know. And with sports medicine being as precise and focused as it is now. Like, it doesn't make sense to me how they've never had greater like medicine and training and just knowledge of the athletic body than they do now. But yet it happens, and it's happening to the biggest names like Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Jason Tatum, Halliburton. Like, these are stars, man. And like, it's not good for the league. It's not good for anybody. But I don't know why this continues to happen. The only argument I'm seeing is that people say the season is too long. Do you buy that, Tony, that there are just too many games?
No, I don't. And by the way,
yeah,
Molly, PMP Sports Flash. And this is straight from Aaron Katz, because I saw it on the chat and I went and looked at it really quick. Fitzgerald has been optioned to AAA, to Sacramento. For the Giants. So there's some interesting movement happening here. He's been struggling at the plate. So Casey Schmidt to second base then. Devers to third.
Wow.
I don't know. Schmidt second base. Like there's a lot of moving pieces right now. So I like Fitzgerald. I've always liked him, and his speed is such a weapon. But yeah, I don't disagree with the move, but thank you, Aaron Cass, for being on top of that. And it's just want to let people know that happened. That's just
thank you, T, and thank you for the explosion in the sports update. Next time, let me know ahead of time, and I'll come in and be like, "Excuse me, everybody, we have an announcement to make. It's a sports update from the PMP Sports Desk. I can use my megaphone. In fact, you just let me know." All right. Anyway, Tony.
Hold on. The rules are there ain't no rules.
You're goddamn right. There ain't no rules. I'll megaphone this anytime I feel. All right, hold on.
Hey, Paulie, I meant to ask you, does Satan have a review of Metallica from last night?
All right, hold on, man. Let me see what I got to do.
Because you and I talked about, we can't wait to hear what Satan has to say about last night's show.
Let me tell you my biggest problem with the game last night. The fact that I couldn't get to Escobar, I couldn't get to John Joseph. I'm still feeling it. And someone's going to pay. Someone's going to pay eternally, okay? I'm talking soul-snatching, eternal damnation, y'all.
All right, that was my y'all at the end. All right, anyway, guys.
I just thank you, Satan, for stopping by. Beat LA has a great point, and I agree with him. He says, I'd rather have Fitz than Koss, and I tend to agree with that. How do you feel about that? You know, that Christian Koss or Fitzgerald, who would you rather have?
Well,
they're both fast. They're both fast.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of him. I mean, I feel like I've seen more of Fitzgerald. I don't know. What about you? Who would you take?
Right now, I would take Fitzgerald just based on experience. But maybe they're thinking on just the youthful exuberance of a Koss.
Koss is a liability. By the way, when I don't know who wrote this, but I just saw it go scrolling by. All it said was 666. That's all I saw. I just saw that go flying by.
That was Joe Schmo. That was Joe Schmo.
Dude. 666. That's all. That's just 666. All right, listen, Tony. I want to do the family album. Let's do some photos, and then I want to do a Longbridge and I got to go eat some lunch. I'm actually really hungry. I still have my post-show kind of decompression here. John Joseph, Satan, my old friend. I keep an eye out for you last night. Where were you? He was in the house. Trust me, he was in the house. I saw him. Ask the lady that got carried on the stretcher. All right, Tony. Family albums. Now, these were pictures that were being sent around. I've only seen a couple of these, but I want to take a look at these VIPs. Yeah.
Here's some pictures that I took that I will just show you. And this is not the show. This is actually, I took this picture of the Steve Young statue. This is another reason why Levi Stadium stinks. That's a Steve Young statue in front of the parking garage across the street from the stadium. What are you doing, 49ers?
What are you doing? No, what are you doing? I totally agree. And then on top of that, leave this picture up. And Escobar the third's coming in as a super too. We're gonna have to hold on. Let's do him first. I feel it's the same issue with pitchers and their elbows, right? Instead of giving certain muscles a rest and playing different sports. That's actually a really good point. That's a good point. The fact that all these kids are now being told to play one sport. I don't agree with that. I don't. I think
happen to me. It doesn't happen to my kids. They're playing whatever sport they want to play. They're playing, and they're going to play multiple sports as long as they can.
I experienced it with my son James when he was playing football and basketball. I didn't expect this, but dude, there's kind of like a backlash on that. They're like, hey, you got to pick one. You got to pick one. And I'm like, well, it's football season now. I don't know. It's weird, but you're right. I think that could be a factor too. And thank you.
If you're good, you're good. Someone will find you. If you're good, you're good at whatever sport you play. Someone will find you. Play whatever sport you want to play. It's coach and parental hogwash that you got to specialize in one sport at this.
And parents are trying to train their kids to become like the next Kobe Bryant, and 9 times out of 10, the kid is not enjoying that. Most of the time, like the kid winds up not having a good time. Thank you, Escobar. Our time is going to come, brother. What's up, Rags? I haven't got a chance to give you some love. Yes.
Yeah, what's up, Rag? We miss Rag.
Rags had a picture of Jim Zorn. It ain't Jim Zorn. But let me tell you what my gripe is, dude. On top of the fact that they play Steve Young like you said, it's across the street by the parking lot. Dude, Joe Montana has a statue where he's throwing to Dwight Clark. Awesome.
Yep.
Steve Young, dude, the statue they got him throwing to a little kid.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
His receiver it's a statue of a little kid in civilian clothing. Like, what is I don't even look at this. It's like some mutant kid from Children of the Effing Corn or something.
By the way, the last ring the Niners got, that was your quarterback, and that's what you're going to do. By the way,
give me a statue of Jerry Rice or John Taylor or Brent Jones or any, dude, a kid, some anonymous. Why is there a kid catching? I reject it. That upset me. The fact that his receiver is some unidentified kid. Okay. What do we do?
I had to stop Dom. I go, Dom, stop. I got to take a picture of this because it's Steve Young in front of the freaking parking garage, one of the greatest Niners of all time, and he's in front of a parking garage. Thanks. Yeah. Anyways, there's a side shot. I want to get this shot because look what's next to him. Porta potties. Cool.
Yeah, porta potty, trash cans, porta potties. I'm like, bro, this guy gave us a ring. You want to give him a little love? This is who Patrick Mahomes wishes he was. Yes. On his best day, he couldn't carry Steve Young's jock. I'm telling you that right now. You want to see what a real running quarterback looks like? Take a look at some Steve Young film. Steve Young, because now my blood's starting to boil, dude. Now I'm getting all red. Every time I think about Mahomes, dude, I get very upset. Oh, he's the greatest mobile quarterback of all time. Really? Is he? Really? Well, guess what I used to see? I used to see Steve Young staring down the barrel of like a cowboy defense. Yep. And when the play would break down, you know what he would do? Tuck it in and run right up the gut. Challenging linebackers, challenging D-line. Mahomes says, I'm running to the sidelines. He's doing see how pissed I'm getting? Sorry, I got to calm down now. I got to take a deep breath.
Well, and then I'm going to dive, or I'm going to flop on my way out of the playing surface into out of bounds. I'm going to flop out of bounds.
Yeah, I never saw Steve Young flop. Too busy trying to get the extra yard. Too busy fighting for yards to flop.
All right, so I didn't mean to start it with this way, but I was so pissed yesterday, and I'm like, okay, this is not the vibe I want for the rest of the day, so I'm going to get it out of my system. And thank you for helping me get through that. Now, here, Paulie, this is a great spot.
Yes,
this was the scene that I walked into as Dom and I arrived into the parking lot. If you're going on the left by the car, that's Fareed, aka Robot Centaur. Then you got NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC. Yeah. Then you got right up front is Ray and Noemi right up front. You got Aaron Kask right behind Noemi. You can see him in the distance. Then you got Escobar throwing up the horns, and then you got John Joseph, who had a great outfit, by the way. And then you got Dom Peralta. That was the scene in the parking garage. In the parking lot of the blue lot that we were hanging out. And
now, this is probably a stupid question because I know how strict they are at Levi Stadium. But could you grill down there? I don't think they let you grill, right?
I don't think so. I did not see one grill. I did not see anybody doing anything.
Why can't we cook a couple of burgers, man? You know what I mean?
I don't understand it. I don't understand
on the cob on the grill for Tony. You know what I mean? Everybody could get satisfied, but I don't think they do. I don't think they let you grill. It's unfortunate.
So this is the Metallica rules Levi stinks portion of the program because dude, I mean, and by the way, that was I don't know. It's just everything's so spread out and everything, whatever. It's just, but this was the welcome vibe that the PMP ticket winners, the VIP ticket winners, were there in the lot. And it's a great scene. So, and I think Dom is on his way to high five John Joseph.
It looks like they're both on their way. Yeah, there's a hug or something coming up here. And by the way, look at you guys ain't kidding about my guy Escobar throwing up the horns. I freaking love it, man. I love it. Stuff. Great job.
What's next? Oh, and there you go. There's Escobar with the gold bar whiskey right there. Janelle.
Escobar and Janelle. Right there.
Yeah.
Nice. Damn, look at the freaking guns of an Escobar, dude. Those are quadruple X size guns. I don't even know how he got that shirt. Dude, what size shirt are you rocking, Escobar? It's got to be a double X, right? It's got to be a double X.
I would think so, man.
And he is stretching that sleeve to its limit, dude. By the way, Escobar the third, you're hired. PMP security, you're freaking hired, bro.
Yes.
Make sure nobody takes us out if you could. Thank you very
much. Look at that bottle of whiskey, dude. That's the Gold Bar whiskey he's got in his hand. So,
and got the Longbridge Pizza right there under it too. I see the Longbridge box. Yeah, I see the globe right there. Stevie B, the young, dude, hell, I mean, that's no question, dude, stumbling, bumbling. By the way, you know what I love about that run, Stevie B? Not only that Steve Young is like literally crawling on his hands and knees to the end zone for that touchdown, but there are some incredible blocks being thrown all around him. Like I know that Tom Rathman takes two guys out on one block. He gets two Vikings out. Jerry Rice, always downfield blocking. Always, dude. Like if Jerry Rice wasn't the target of a design play, he'd be a downfield blocking. Outstanding block. So yeah, Stevie B, no question, dude.
And he's right about the Lon. He's right about the Lon Simmons call too. The Lon Simmons call.
Gets away again. Gets away. Breaks a tackle. Yeah, no, it's a great Lon Simmons, dude. That was my favorite. He was my favorite.
We have another super down here, right? Oh, Robot Centaur again, dude. Tony, you need a thermometer graphic rising and show it when Paulie starts talking.
I know. And you know what's crazy, Fareed? Dude, it's only freaking June, dude, and I'm already pissed. Like I'm already pissed. I saw. Well, I'm not even going to get into it, but I saw Kelsey last week saying like, "Well, now we're really focused. Now we're gonna. Oh, really? Are you focused now? Okay. I'm quaking in my boots, dude. By the way, I'm gonna make a call right now. Go ahead, Tony.
No, make your call because then I have a question for the chat.
I'm gonna make my. You know what? In fact, hold on. Let me do something here.
Let me tell you something about the Kansas City Chiefs. F you guys, okay? F all you. You know what else, dude? F Chiefs Kingdom, dude. We're talking about Chiefs Kingdom. Okay,
bro. F the Chiefs Kingdom.
Hey, Paulie.
Yeah.
Shout out Melissa Etheridge. You just got to deal with it, Paulie. You just got to deal with it.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not deal with it. I want to blow the whole thing up. All right. Anyway, Tony, keep it coming. I want to see some more photos. These are great. These guys look great, man.
Yeah, they're great pics. Here, we can keep going. So here, stand by. That's Escobar. So that was the shot we took with the Gold Bar whiskey right there. Great picture of everybody going into.
That's a great shot. That's a great. Oh, look at Noemi over there with the smile. This is a great pic. Oh, there's Tony. I see you. Oh, you're right next to JJ. Right next to John Joseph. Yeah, man.
Yeah, really good shot. So thanks. I think it was. I forget who took that shot. It was a great shot. Now look at there's John Joseph.
Oh, hells yeah, bro. Hells yeah.
Look at that. I mean,
yeah, dude. I hope you had a good time, John. I really do, man. I still want to get your highlights right out in the comment. If you did, I missed it before. But JJ, let me know what your highlights were. What were your favorite tracks last night?
I remember what I was going to ask the chat. This is another thing. If anybody can remember the third tight end that George Kittle does the tight end university with, because Aaron Kask and I were talking in the lot yesterday. We know it's George Kittle and we know it's Greg Olsen, but there's a third tight end, and we could not for the life of us think of who it was. And we definitely knew it wasn't Kelsey. But if anybody can remember the third tight end that's joined in on that, throw it on the chat because we can't remember. Anyways,
and I'm sorry, Tony, to step in, but could you put Noemi up there? She's a super right now too, and I want to make sure we give her love here.
Yeah, you bet.
You can see her message.
Right there. Yeah.
Showing love for. Oh yeah, Noemi, of course, man. Let me tell you what. You guys throw off such a great vibe, especially Noemi. Yep. Like you throw off a great vibe. So it's our pleasure. And I really am. I'm like really happy we got to share those tickets and get you guys in last night. And I'm really glad you had a good time. Here comes Karen Bell. Okay, Karen Bell, we missed you last night, but we'll get you next time. We really will. Karen Bell.
Thanks, Noemi. And I also got to shout out Noemi's plum rum. She took plums that she grew on her property in Martinez and infused them into some rum. And then Escobar has a great call. He says, "Hey, Noemi, you heat this up and you pour this over some pancakes, and bam!" And he did like a bam. Now we're talking. Like he got very emotional about it. And I go, "Damn, Escobar, I want to watch you eat those pancakes whenever you do get that rum over the pancakes." So thank you, Noemi.
I'll take some of that. Yeah, Karen Bell with the red glasses, always getting it done, man. Thank you. And it's our pleasure. I'm just as excited about it as you guys are. Trust me. Like I really am. It's like as I said earlier in the show, if there's one thing that Tony and I are actually proud of, it's the fact that we have created this kind of, not that we created it, but we've all kind of done it together. It's like a mutual thing. We've all kind of come together. So Karen, thank you for the support and thanks for being here all the time. Okay, Tony, I lost my place. I forget what we were.
We're going pictures. There's John Joseph's outfit. I just had to get a picture of John Joseph's badass outfit. He's got red camo and like a disco shirt on, or it's a pizza. I think it's pizza, right?
Nice.
And then we had to celebrate this. Dom noticed this on the way. The exotic erotic ball is coming back.
I've done it. I've gone to the exotic erotic ball. Back in the old days, dude, when we worked at the Ticket 1050, they used to give us like free passes to that thing. So I was like, you know what, dude? I'm going to the effing exotic ball. I'm going to see what goes down. And by the way, everything you can imagine goes down at those shows. Like it's out of control. It's like you walked onto it's like you walk in, it's like Caligula in there. And I am not kidding. And by the way, Tony, take a wild guess what my costume was when I went to the exotic, but you'll love this, dude.
You were Paul Stanley.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Wait, yes. Are you serious?
100%. I was Paul Stanley.
I completely wow. I just threw that out there.
Dude, the star, I had the whole thing. I had a jacket, there's a kiss on it. I had the whole thing.
Did you glue like a bunch of hair, dark hair on your chest?
Well, you know what's funny, dude? I don't have the hair of a Paul Stanley on my chest, but I have like one clump. I got like one clump, like right in the middle. So I got a little bit. Yeah, I'm mostly like
one clump.
I just got like this one little tuft. Now, was that Joe right there?
No, I just had to take a shot of Joe as I walked by. There's Joe. And you know what? Joe's right at the main front entrance where he should be. And next to Joe, there's Dwight, right at the main front entrance where they should be. Those are great statues. For some reason, Steve Young is across this train tracks.
Throwing it to a kid.
Parking garage.
Some little kid. I don't know what they're trying to, like, what is the message there?
The worst. It's
Steve
the
Young,
worst.
we're going to put you by the porta potties. Maybe they can turn the, maybe they can put a bag over his head too, since they seem to.
Dude, I had to get a picture of these people. I was so excited to see that. Like, look at the getup on these people. I'm like, you know what? And I would
a lot going on here, bro. My guy on the right, though, dude, he's got the earring connected to his ear and lip all at the same time. I'm in. Count me in, bro.
Right. I was so into this too. I'm like, you know what? I go, Paulie, stand there and let me take a picture over your shoulder. Like I'm taking a picture of you, but I had to get a picture of these people because I loved the self-expression.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Me too, man. You want to throw on the face paint? You go right ahead. Do you want to dye your hair green? Let me help you with that. I'll throw a towel around you so you don't mess up the floor. I'm all about it, dude. You want to get listen. You get as weird as you want to get, man. I'm all about getting weird.
100%. 100%. Moving on. There's just a shot from last night. That's during I think Wherever I May Roam, and it was just a great shot with the lights. And
a great shot.
They had the for those that weren't there, they had the video stands. There were 8 of those video stands that were really cool that definitely exemplified, or I don't know, made the experience even better.
Yeah, great presentation. Really is like the visual presentation they get. It's a world-class stuff, man. Their crew, their guitar techs. I mean, the whole operation. It's a 5-star operation, man. My hat's off. That's us, dude. Yeah.
That's a good shot. Dom took that. That's a good shot of the 4 of us that we lucked out because of our paper ticket stubs. We were able to stay in the same seats together.
Yeah.
That's a great shot of the 4 of us. And then here's the poster that Dom made for the show.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. I mean, it's just a gorgeous piece of art. I mean, it's just, and that's the Tales from the Crypt, dude. Like, it's just
they could have sold these. I mean, people literally would have bought that, even if they didn't know what PMP Army was. I mean, the people still would have, I think, paid money for that. That's a killer poster, man.
It's incredible, and I just love that. I'm framing that bad boy, and putting it on the wall for sure. And then we just got to end it with the great Vicky.
Yeah. Vic, thanks again. This is the woman that made it all possible, and I just wanted to give her the appropriate respect. And again, like she was at the Longbridge. That just goes to show you, like, she is. I'm just a big fan. I'm a big fan of Vicky. She'd been a friend of mine for a long time now, and she hung out with us on opening day at Longbridge. And a lot of you probably met her and didn't realize, like, she's behind the scenes with Metallica. And she's the person that made it all possible. So Vicky, if you're out there, and she's going to take a little vacation. They got like a couple of more shows on this tour, and it's finally going to end. Their next and final stop, I believe, of this tour is in Denver. And that'll be next weekend, and then she's taking some time off, which is well deserved. So thank you, Vicky, very much for everything. Let's also thank Longbridge Pizza one more time, Tony, our great friends at Longbridge. We missed you last night, Neil Donardi, but we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon, brother. 2347 3rd Street, laid back vibe, serious pizza. Please do stop by and join the Vibe Tribe. Enjoy the playlist too. Your Jerry Garcias, your Hendrixes, your Stones, your Anastasios for Creative Tony. You know what I mean? I'll take a slice of pepperoni and some Anastasio on the side. Also, you could try the Polymac particle pie. Try that sometime. Like, that'll tickle your taste buds a little bit. Or the Nico. I was before they introduced the Polymac pizza, I was like I was a sworn ally of the Nico pizza, which, by the way, named after Neil's son. Shout out Nico, the next generation of Donardis coming up. But Tony mentioned it. It really is all about, well, it's not all about, but a big factor in the taste and the experience is that sourdough crust. And the problem is, once you taste that sourdough crust and then you try to eat another pizza, you know what I mean? Where's my sourdough crust? That's what I'm saying. Like, where's my, because it ends each slice with like a really unique kind of flavor that I was not used to, because that's my first time I've ever had sourdough crust on a pizza is at Longbridge, and I'm a fan. So, Neil, thanks for all you do, brother. We freaking love you guys. And if you haven't stopped by Longbridge, what are you guys waiting for? Get down there and experience it for yourself. You'll see. You're gonna thank me. I would not steer you wrong when it comes to pizza, Tony. Wouldn't do it.
I want to talk about this one last time. Is last week I brought our little league team with the coaches and parents, and we went and had the back room at Longbridge, and they're so capable of hosting parties. If you have a team party, if you have a birthday party, if you're celebrating some occasion, get to Longbridge and give them a call and set it up. They're happy to have you. And they will set up a great spread of whatever you're looking to do. They have the burgers. Tomorrow is their Smash Stack Tuesday, and then also the Vibin' Out Burger, which is their take on the double. Then Wednesday is the Chicken Parm Wednesday, which Paulie loves, and then Thursday is my Detroit style square pizza day that I love. So they have all those specials. You can incorporate, I'm sure, any of that into the big parties. If you were to do a big party at Longbridge, I'm just saying they took great care of us, and the kids had fun, the parents had fun. And then if you're going to, if you're doing it near, like, do it unrelated to any events in the dog patch. But if there is an event in the dog patch, like something at Chase Center, you're 3 blocks away from Chase Center. Or, as I like to say, you're a quick Lime scooter ride away from Oracle Park, or probably a 15-minute walk to Oracle Park. But the best is if you live on the peninsula, you can take the train to the 22nd Street station, Caltrain, and then it's like a 7-minute walk to Longbridge. And you walk through the dog patch. And by the way, I might add, Neil's Buddies Olfactory is a great bar right down the street. There's all kinds of restaurants. It's just a great neighborhood, and Neil and those guys at Longbridge are a big part of that neighborhood, and they're big about supporting Dog Patch as we are. So when you go to Longbridge, go check out the Hood. It's a great neighborhood, and as we always like to say, Mike Damone, you won't regret it. Longbridge Pizza, we love you guys. Thank you for the sponsorship.
And I'm going to let John Joseph have the last word today, because I want to second this, and I agree. Oh, can you grab the John Joseph comment from 1221, Tony, and put it up? It's a really nice comment, and I feel the same way. And I think it kind of encapsulates everything we're talking about. Rags, next time I'm going to need you out here too. You would have been, there it is right there. All right, John Joseph. Just want to say and tell you all, I'm so overjoyed and blessed to be part of this and to be part of the PMP Army. You all truly rule this life and the next. Thank you all. Hey, John, it's mutual, dude. I'm serious. It's freaking mutual, man. I'm so pleased and kind of humbled that, like, we have come together like this so quickly, and this thing is going to continue to grow. Like, there'll be new people coming in. We're going to meet like new faces, and Tony and I will talk this week. We'll talk to Dom, and we'll figure something out, because we'll start planning our next social event, because we should try to do something like once a month or once every couple of months, because it's always just a great time. You know what I mean? And again, I got to meet Escobar, bro, and we will. It's coming. And I feel bad I missed John last night too, but John, I'm glad you had a great night, dude. It was a killer show, and you guys caught the right night, dude. I thought last night was the better show, just period. I thought it was just a better performance, better vibe. The band seemed to be a little bit more locked in. Oh, you know what, Tony? Can I end with the Greenie story? The Peter.
Yeah. Go.
last thing I meant to
Hey,
say.
Paulie, while you do that, I'm gonna scroll some of Dom's photos. Okay, while you do that, I'm just gonna scroll some of Dom's photos while you talk about that. Okay, go for it.
So this is for the real music heads out there. If you don't know the story, this is really, really cool. So Kirk Hammett, the lead guitar player in Metallica, has recently come across this Les Paul guitar that he played. I don't know if he's playing it. He might be playing it right there. It's a gold Les Paul. If you know the guitars, it's a Les Paul guitar that used to belong
there
to.
It is.
Yeah, there it is.
It's in that one,
leave that there for just a second. So that guitar is known as Greenie. That's like the name of that guitar. It's called Greenie, and it belonged to the original guitar player in Fleetwood Mac. His name was Peter Green. And Kirk Hammett's a big fan of Peter Green. I know Joe Perry from Aerosmith is a big Peter Green fan. Slash is a big, and it's not Fleetwood Mac like Dreams, Go Your Own Way, Landslide. They were like a heavy blues rock band.
Psychedelic too, man.
Yeah, big time. In the late, in fact, Peter Green wrote the song Black Magic Woman. Got a black magic woman. That's a Peter Green song that was covered by Santana. They also wrote Rattlesnake Shake. If you've ever heard that, Aerosmith covers Rattlesnake Shake. That's a Peter Green song. So anyway, this guitar, I think it's a 53 Les Paul, and something happened when they made it that the wiring, the way they configured it, it was like there was a mistake, but it gives the guitar like a really, really unique sound. So that's a great shot right there. Great.
Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot of Greenie right there.
That's a great shot of Greenie. So that guitar was Peter Green, the guy we're talking about. Sadly, he's passed away, but he had like a lot of problems in his life. He dropped out of music. He kind of a Sly Stone story, like a Casualty like that, just like too much, too fast, burning genius kind of thing. And it just consumed him and he went off the rails. So he started selling his belongings just to survive, including this guitar. So that guitar, Kirk Hammett found out about it and he paid, I understand he paid over $2 million for that guitar. But what I love is he didn't just put it on the wall in his house. Like he played it multiple times last night and Friday. So I just wanted to tell you that's the story of Greenie.
I love that.
And I feel so like kind of fortunate that we got to see him play Greenie. And because that guitar, like Peter Green played that thing at the Fillmore East. Like that guitar.
That's incredible. That's
And
I was unaware of that story until you told me last night. I'm so glad you did, and I'm glad you told me when you did, because then I had a deeper appreciation during the rest of the show while he used it, because I had no clue. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's a beautiful guitar too, and it sounds incredible too.
Yeah,
man.
well, that's the best part about it is like that the guitar is still being used and still being played, and thousands of people are getting to get that big fat Les Paul tone just kicking them in the face, because that's what it's like when you hit a chord on that thing, dude. It's like you're getting punched in the chest. You know what I mean? There's so much power there. So anyway, thank you guys so much. What a great night. Yeah, Ray, isn't that badass? Ray Goodman. Yeah, that's a Greenie. Hey, Aaron Cask, my man. My man, dude. Me and you, bro. We ain't done. We ain't done. We'll be back.
I'm hugging the statue because I felt it needed some love.
You should hug that thing, dude, and get it away from the porta potties, you guys. This is there's no way to treat Steve Young. I'm telling you. What are you
doing? He was so lonely out there. That's when we filmed our little quick video outside the stadium. Yeah. It's just a great shot. It's just a great hang. And there's the parking lot hang again. These are and there's Hetfield.
I mean, nice shot. Nice shot.
Great
shot. Yeah.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Tip of the cap, like for life, to not just Hetfield but Metallica and what they've done for 40 years, dude. It's just an incredible story. And they've dealt with hardship, they've dealt with darkness, they've dealt with loss, and they've persevered, man. And I was not expecting. I mean, I knew what was coming in some respects, but then other times where they just knocked me on my ass. I'm just like, this is such incredible music, and it is such like they are masters of their domain, dude. They are really, truly masters, and I just like mad respect to those guys. And
no question. And they're one of the very few bands I can point to and say like they really have created like their own musical language. Like they're the only ones that play that music like that. That's Metallica. Like it's their own language, man. And that to me is like the greatest compliment. A band who's like so unique that they're the only ones that can do what they do. And that's the case of Metallica. All right, Tony, thanks for everything, brother. And thank all of you. Don Peralta, Nutter, Losty, James, Ray Goodman, Marky Graves. What up, Gravy? Stevie B, Lily, Karen Bell, Noemi. You guys know how it is. We freaking love you guys. NorCal, dude, great hanging out with you, NorCal. John Joseph, Robot Centaur, your Miguel's, you know what I mean? Your Escobar the Thirds. Tony, go eat some lunch, bro. And good luck. By the way, everybody say a prayer for Creative Tony. He's got to coach a game tonight, dude. The poor bastard. I mean, good for you. I know it's fun and stuff, but at the same time, there are some days it's tougher than others. And you coming off 2 Metallica gigs in 3 days, and now you got to go coach in like the 90-degree heat. Hydrate. And dude, I don't want you to pop an Achilles. You better stretch out before the game.
I'm gonna stretch. Maybe how about get the foam roller for everybody? That should be the next. Like, everybody get on their foam roller, stretch out your glutes and your hammies and your Achilles, and come on, take care of yourselves, people. Come on.
All right, K.A. Rags, you have a good one too. Monica Lopez, thanks for stopping by. We love you guys, man. Thanks again for a great weekend and a great show today. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you at 11 tomorrow. You guys enjoy your Monday. Go grab some lunch. And enjoy. Peace, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.
So say good night to the bad guy.
Okay.
There we go. Just got to get that in there, Peace. So, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, right, bud?
That's right, man. That's right. We'll be back. Tony, grab some winks while you can. Good luck tonight. Hope you guys play well. And we'll see you tomorrow at 11. Cheers, y'all.
Thanks, everybody. Much love. See you Monday or see you tomorrow.